I'm here today in the Twin Cities of Minnesota with Marty and Lisa, the owners of Motley Heavy Metal Grill Food Truck. I like to mix it up a little bit on We Love Metal, and the combination of music and food is a natural one. So thanks for taking the time today with me.
Thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
So my first question, and I think it might be answered on the website, but what was the genesis of your business? How's business going, especially considering the weather that you guys have to deal with up here in the Twin Cities?
Business is good. You know, it slows down a little bit in the winter, but for the most part, business is good. It's definitely a lot better than working for the man. You know, I mean, I got laid off in 2009, which has never happened to me, and that was kind of an eye-opening experience. And I was a digital automotive account executive, so made good money, and you know, struggled a little bit, you know, with the recession going on. So
sure.
I came across an article. Actually, it was a banner I had accidentally clicked on. We all know the click-through rates on banners, you know? And it was for entrepreneur.com, and it was about the 10 best businesses to start up a low-cost startup. Food truck was one of them, and the seed really planted there, and I you know, started looking into it and what would I do and what's going on, and you know, and I take a lot of pages from Gene Simmons and from his book. You know, I mean, he, above being a rock god, he's probably one of the best business people.
He's got the business side of it down for sure.
And you know, his philosophy has always been, you know, the secret to success is to offend the greatest number of people, which he had stolen that quote, but that's been kind of their marching orders. And you know, I wanted a truck not to offend, but I wanted a truck that got people's attention. That was loud, very loud. You would notice it was just coming down the road. So you know, we started looking into heavy metal themes, kind of a play on word, and it really started with heavy metal grill at first, you know, and it kind of blossomed from there. So.
Cool. It's you know, American kind of real story. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Do it your own way.
Absolutely.
You know, you mentioned the truck. It's very loud. It's, you know, very colorful and eye-catching. What kind of reactions do you get from people?
You know, on the street, it's funny, we were going to hook up the speakers. We usually have a sound system that we put outside. We don't do it in the winter. It's a little cold and it's hard on the speakers. But you know, we've got the lights going. We've got, you know, under lights for the ambiance. We've got the speakers going. So, you know, we're really the truck that other trucks don't like to park next to. We, you know, we're fun. We're exciting. We're eye-catching, and you know, we push out good food. We push it out fast. You know, most of our products can be sent out within 90 seconds. So, you know, and it's a good quality product. It's not just, you know, firing stuff together. So, but you know, it's funny. I was thinking about the questions on the way here, and we'd stopped at a place to get coffee, and we always get stopped. You know, I was to Lisa, it's like, oh, it's more fans, you know. But you know, this guy had stopped us just today, and he's asking, you know, asking about the truck, and he wants to build a truck. And so I mean, it's exciting. I mean, people, you know, people driving down the road, they're like, you know, I mean, they love it. So it puts smiles on people's faces, and that's, you know, that's half the battle.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Do you have regulars who show up no matter where you go, or?
Definitely. At the breweries.
Yeah, we've got some stalkers. I mean fans. I mean regulars. Yeah.
I call them stalkers.
No, there's actually a lot of regulars that come back for the food, for pretzels, our other company, you know. So it you know, it's we got a pretty good strong following.
Yeah. Any particular customer you want to give a shout out to?
Our Health Partners guy.
Health Partners.
Yeah, we were at Health Partners. They were remodeling their kitchen last summer, and they had like 5 food trucks there every day of the week.
John was his name.
And there was a gentleman that was from the Philly area that had tried our Philly cheesesteak and ended up giving us an award.
Oh, wow.
That he made himself.
He
printed out an award
nice.
that said, you know, best Philly cheesesteak he's ever had. And
west of Philadelphia, or just ever?
Yeah. You know, we get a lot of Twitters, you can see, and a lot of the customers. We make a traditional Philly, but I put my own little spin on it, hence the funky Philly. But it it's true to the roots, and I think what a lot of people appreciate from Philly is the with or without, you know.
Right,
and
right.
the fact that we're actually using Cheese Whiz and not American cheese, you know. So I think they appreciate that.
Yeah. How did you develop some of the recipes you came up with?
You know, honestly, I there wasn't anywhere in town to get a good Philly.
No.
So it started with the Philly.
Just experimenting?
I wanted a chicken Philly on top of that, so you can, you know, pick and choose your meats. I wanted a menu that was fast. You were able to put food out.
Sure.
Instead of people sitting out there for, you know, 20 minutes waiting for a sandwich. So I built the menu a little bit around speed, but definitely around quality. You know, I wanted to make sure that it was good food. You know, you got one chance to impress a customer. If you don't do a good job, they're not going to come back.
Sure,
So,
absolutely.
so that's always been the marching orders with us.
Okay. Any formal training?
You know, I
Cooking
spent
wise?
15 years in the kitchen and
Oh, okay.
15 years in marketing,
Yeah.
digital and automotive. So, you know, it was in the beginning stages. I'm kind of the poster child for this business. I mean, you've got to be, as a business owner, you got to be a little bit of everything, you know. And,
Sure.
and I think the two most important things to this food truck is you know, cooking and marketing.
Yeah.
You know, we initial thoughts on the name for the truck was Kiss. I knew Gene Simmons would be knocking on my door within minutes of LLC and that.
But keep it
But I
simple,
wanted
stupid.
to keep it simple, stupid, you know, as a
Right,
play
right.
on words, which is kind of our menu. It's not complicated, and too many trucks overcomplicate their menus. You know, they overchef it, and you know,
Too
part
many
of-
ingredients
Food,
and
food.
ingredients,
long
it's-
preparation.
Yeah. And you got a lot of waste. So we're very efficient.
Okay.
Even down to the bread, which is one of our most one of the things that we lose the most. We try and keep fresh bread, but when that goes bad after a couple of days, well, my daughter takes piano lessons. And the lady owns a farm, so we bring and give to the goats.
Right.
So,
That's about all it would
so
be
it's still
good
going
for.
for a good cause there. So yeah.
All right, cool. Your dishes, like you mentioned, you know, the Funky Philly, you've got the Motley Q, the Harley, which I'll assume you're a biker. Or, no.
Don't ride. Used to ride bikes, but they were crotch rockets.
To appeal to the biker crowd, maybe?
You
was-
usually
is
tell-
Is that kind of how you develop some
we
of the
can tell who's
names?
going to order a sandwich usually before they walk up.
Yeah.
Just by their
Really?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's a Harley.
You know, a lot of the names, I wanted to play on words with a lot of the
Yeah,
names
sure.
as well. The Almost
They're memorable.
Famous, Almost Famous being from the movie Almost Famous
Mm-hmm.
by Cameron Crowe. You know, the Chubby Chick. We had initially designed a whole line of sandwiches of groupies and strippers, and then I felt that people might have been a little
Maybe
offended on that.
crossing the line a little.
Yeah. So we toned it down a little bit, but you know, Harley's it's a manly sandwich, you know, with A1 style steak sauce, and it's a meat and potato kind of sandwich.
Sure.
So I felt the name fit, you know. So
Cool.
Chubby Chick, you know,
We say that was me like 30 pounds ago.
really.
For sweating on the
so-
truck.
The Red Rocker, obviously,
Sammy Hagar,
So,
yep.
yeah. So we have a whole bunch of stuff coming out. We're going to do a line of grilled bologna sandwiches and call them dudes, and
Didn't go over.
that just didn't work.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
Huh.
So, always
All right.
changing. It's part of the reason why I did the truck the way I did. I didn't want to drill myself down as a Philly truck or
Right,
a
right.
burger truck or a hot dog truck. I wanted to be able to have that freedom to change the menu whenever I want.
Flexibility there that you
Absolutely.
can, improvise maybe
Absolutely.
at times. Okay. Well, let's
Spoken
talk
like
about
a Marine.
what's that?
Spoken like a Marine.
Well, I'm in the Army,
Army.
but yeah. Taking on the names and all, I'll assume you're music fans. And
Absolutely.
80s children.
talk about 80s,
Well,
Product
80s
review.
rock.
Product of
Well,
the 80s
as
rock.
am I.
Yeah.
You know, grew up in the hair metal days. Motley Crue, I'll assume, is one of your favorites.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, I grew up with, you know, I remember getting my first Kiss album, Rock and Roll Over. I think everybody remembers their first Kiss album. You know? So,
Alive.
You know, alive, yeah. So, I mean, you know, you always remember that. You know, the music that I listen to, I get some grief sometimes. I got grief for listening to Kiss. Grief for listening to some soft stuff, you know. But it's always been the hair metal bands. I mean, Kiss,
Yep.
Crew, Ozzy,
Uh-huh.
Wasp. I mean, you know, Striper even.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's There's some great bands back in the day that still around today.
No doubt. Yes.
Tesla. I mean, God, I seem to miss Tesla every time they come in town. It kills me because they're one of my favorite bands.
Well, Motley Crue's supposedly going on their last,
Got tickets already.
The official
farewell tour.
Official
All right.
farewell tour. Kiss is still on their farewell tour.
Yeah. Well, they have been for how long now?
14 years,
Yeah.
15 years, yeah.
Striper's last album was really good.
Yeah.
There's some bands still out there that are hanging around.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. You already have tickets, you said.
Yeah.
Any memorable concerts from your past?
Actually, I've seen Cruz since Bark at the Moon Shout the Devil tour. So that's
Wow.
when I first saw him back in the day.
80
Ozzy took him on
83.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Met Center, and funny story. We were young, I was a young kid, and wanted to meet him. And Tommy Lee came walking out with a bottle of Jack Daniels in one hand and a boombox in the other, and he's like, "Where the hell are all the women at?" 2-3 girls come running over, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me." Nikki had kind of scrambled in already. Vince and Mick were gone, so. Buddy of mine's banging on Mick, Nikki Sixx's tour bus, and he saw Nikki go in there with the girl, and trying to get an autograph. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get your ass whipped by Nikki Sixx. I'm gonna videotape this, So banging on his door a couple times, lifting the curtains up, cursing and screaming at him. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna end well. So hopefully Nikki doesn't remember me if I ever meet him. But I was the guy buying around the corner, avoiding him. So, but the best show I've seen, Cruz had their challenges over the years, but saw him at Rockfest last year in Cadott, and no explosions, no bombs, no roller coaster, no TV camera, nothing, just good clean rock and roll, man, and they killed it. Best Cruz show I've seen ever.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, maybe this one will top it this year. Who knows?
I hope so. They stuck to the music. Vince even sounded good.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I know he's had struggles over the years too. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the future hold for you guys? I mean, how long has this truck been in business?
September 2012 is when we launched.
Couple of years now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We both quit our full-time jobs in April.
Uh-huh.
I was an account executive for a major paper in town, Digital Automotive, and we decided that the truck deserved the chance, deserved the opportunity to grow and get big. Mm-hmm. I believe everybody's that owns a food truck, their vision is to open up a brick and mortar in a building, so if we do, I want to do it right. I don't want to go to some strip mall and, find a 30 by 30 hole to stuff my name on and try to grow from there. So, I'd like to see something that has a little nightlife to it, small club, and see if we can do it that way. Hopefully, there's a dock out front and boats can pull up. So maybe Florida's in the question.
Wow. Well, yeah, you can't do it in this weather, really. So.
No, that's why we got the pretzels. The pretzels keep us busy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any last words for people out there looking, especially in the Twin Cities, looking for good food and music combination?
We run year round.
Yep.
We bring the tunes, we bring the music. We have we have fun.
Right.
So.
Do everything from breweries, graduation parties.
Yeah, people are booking us for graduation parties, and we're booking into October right now.
Oh wow.
Or we turn people down.
That sounds like a good year so
Yeah,
far.
So, well, I think the Twin Cities people are learning that you gotta book fast. You gotta book these trucks fast if you want them. So.
Cool. And your website is?
MotleyCruise.com.
All right. So. CREWS. That's right. Not like the band. So be sure to check them out if you're in the area. And I'm gonna grab a sandwich and let you all know how it is.
Excellent. Thank you.